The South Coast region has over 3.6 million hectares that are moderately to highly prone to waterlogging. Waterlogging has severe impacts on on-farm profitability, from crop yields to crop vigour, but further having problems to our soil health.
We're about probably 20 kilometres or so from the coast, from the beautiful Cape de Grand National Park, where we're farming here. So it's a beautiful place to live and farm, but certainly has its challenges with waterlogging. Our soils here are sort of a gravelly sand over clay typically, and because there's quite a lot of gravel in it, and the clay is basically impervious to water, it doesn't take very long for that soil to fill up with water. Once the soil becomes waterlogged, it deoxygenates, and they typically die or almost die and become infertile. So you'll have these plants, these scraggly looking plants, come up in spring and they've got no grain in the heads. The rainfall that we get here, we should be growing 8-9 tonne crops, and in a wet year we'll grow a 1 tonne crop. So there's a lot of lost potential there. I've been scratching my head like everybody else around here, trying to work out how to reach that potential in this environment. We've tried a lot of things. We've tried raised beds, we've tried surface drainage, we've tried perennials, we've tried summer crops, different times of sowing, different varieties. Nothing has really made a profound difference. There's little gains, 100 or 200 kilos a hectare, but since we've started playing with subsurface drainage, every environmental and productivity based sort of aspect, by fixing the waterlogging, if that's with subsurface drainage, there's an improvement on every front, but especially in the profitability.
Subsurface drainage sits at the clay layer about 600 to 800 mil deep and has perforated poly pipe that allows the water to drain away from this clay zone and out away of the crop roots. The Subsurface Drainage Return on Investment trial is an investment by the Grants Research and Development Corporation. In the Esperance Port Zone, we run 2 demonstration sites in high rainfall zones in Nerida and Dahlia. The subsurface drainage trial monitors the perch water levels of previously waterlogged sites, and also monitors the crop health by assessing biomass through NDVI imagery and crop yields at the end of each harvest season. In addition to this core monitoring regime, we have supplementary data that we collect that supports our understanding of how effective subsurface drainage systems are in alleviating waterlogging and improving crop profitability and yields. These data sets include soil health parameters such as salinity and moisture, and also weed and disease presence in the crops. This project is guided by a technical advisory group consisted of local farmers, advisors and hydrologists. As a part of maximising our opportunities in this project, we've actually also completed surface and subsurface water quality analyses to understand the water quality differences between surface water runoff and subsurface water that is drained from a pipe. We're really excited to further analyse these parameters to see what the water quality benefits might be from subsurface drainage systems.
So this trial site here is about 9 hectares, and it's a combination of the two. Some tile drains running probably 500-600 metres up the paddock, up either side of it like a triangular wedge shape. That's about 9 hectares, and then in between every 34 metres, I think it is, we've got a cross drain, a tile drain running acrossways that feeds into those main arterial drains. So basically every 34 metres there's a pipe. So that was sort of what we worked out was probably a good spacing for this environment. And it's interesting what we've seen on the gravelly soils where they're more permeable. That is a good spacing, and we're getting pretty much a green out in between, which is what we want to see. And it's all yellow around the edge, and then it's green where the trail is. But once you get up onto the clay-based soils, it's not enough. You can see green lines where the pipes are, and then in between is still yellow and waterlogged. Basically, it's been a vacuum of information up until now. Nobody's really done it much in Australia, actually, but certainly not in Western Australia, certainly not in the wheat belt. This is actually quite pivotal in changing that, and I think everybody can see that this is the big opportunity for the high rainfall zones.
We've had a fantastic testing grounds for our trial over the last 2 years with really high rainfalls across the south coast. At this stage in the trial, we've already seen some great benefits from the subsurface drainage system. We've seen some improved yields up to double the amount of a previously waterlogged site. Additionally, we've also seen improved water quality from the subsurface drainage soil. We've also seen weed and disease suppressant in the drainage systems, which is having huge benefits. Generally, we're seeing that crops in the drainage system have improved vigour and health, which could be improving the yield and profitability of your crop.
We're in Esperance at the Nerida field trial for the subsoil drainage site. It's been such a fabulous morning. We've had a huge turnout. Everyone's really enthusiastic and the questions were great, so we're really able to understand the logistics and what's involved. The process involves understanding both the costs of the project and the benefits of the project, and then you can understand the net returns to the farmer over time. Costs of the project have been fairly well established. We know what it's cost to install the subsurface drain. We can make some understanding of what it's going to be cost to maintain it and what is involved in maintenance and any other small agronomic costs. The more difficult side is to understand the benefits of the drain. We've now had 2 years of data that we can see. We're in the 3rd year of data for what the yield benefits are, and that gives us some idea.
I'm Jordan Marald. We have a farm about 40 k's west of Esperance in Dahlia, right on the coast, which makes it a very wet area. The waterlogging problem on our farm is the main problem for us. Before we got the pipes, we would lose nearly every year at least probably 10 to 15% due to waterlogging. We looked into this agri-pipe and Dad rang up a dude in America and just decided, well, we'll give it a crack. When we put the pipes in, we try to go for 500 metres length maximum with the 4-inch pipe. We did lots of trials at the start with width, and the 36 we found it drained the water within 5 days. We're really looking forward to seeing what the crop yield benefits will be. The results we have seen is a no-brainer for sure. Where we've put the pipes in, the crop never gets waterlogged. The impacts that we're seeing is the yield wise is probably for canola almost double. Wheat can handle waterlogging a lot better, still seeing at least 30 or 40% increase.
The subsurface drainage trial is a fantastic trial for increasing the knowledge and information sharing around surface water management for growers. It's a very complex space and with lots of different drainage designs and opportunities, so it's really great to have these on-ground demonstration sites that allow growers to understand better what surface water management tools and techniques would suit their property and their cropping systems. Installing subsurface drainage is a great way to manage waterlogging for those kinds of events and is going to build a lot of climate resilience for farmers and their waterlogged properties into the future. South Coast NRM have been really excited to work with the Grants Research and Development Corporation and our local farmers to address localised on-ground needs. We're excited to continue working in this space to build on the knowledge that we've created from this drainage trial and to expand into new areas of research and development. We're looking forward to working with our local growers and growers across the South Coast region to improve on-farm profitability, minimise waterlogging and increase climate resilience for our South Coast farms.
They say if you want to plant a tree, the best time to plant it is 20 years ago, but if you didn't do it then, the next best time to plant it is now. And it's the same with these trials, the best time to have done these trials is 20 years ago and then we'd know what to do now. I'm optimistic that in 20 years' time this stuff will be just killing that for yield. So there's a lot of opportunity there and there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. We have got the rainfall and we've got the fertility and we've got the season length, we've got everything going for us if we can just mitigate that waterlogging. We're investing a lot now for that, hopefully in the future. This will be really high productivity farming country, which is what it should be.